Venkatesh, who is here to give us the fine print that we need to understand the GDP data. Latha, what do you make of the numbers?
Well, clearly there's a lot for the government to gloat, but there are some things which definitely made the number look good. Agricultural output. Remember, last year, same time, was the impact of a drought. And therefore, look at the agriculture number. For Q3, it's a growth of 8.7%. Obviously, last year's base was bad. And even for the full year, the estimate is a fairly decent 4.4%. Likewise, government expenditure, which comes under the category of public administration, health and education, that is grown by 11.9% for the full year, for Q3, 12% almost, and for the full year by 11.2%. Again, that has been boosted in the current year because of salaries given to teachers, government servants, basically the 7th Pay Commission increases are reflecting in a higher output. So legitimately, those numbers are impacted either by the base or by a better performance in the current year. But the shocker really is private final consumption. If you look at GDP, not from the output side, but from the consumption side, which was always a little dicey, but private final consumption Q3 rises by 10% at a time when Bajaj Auto tells us that their volumes dropped by 15%, Asian Paint says volume fell by 4%, Hindustan Unilever says volume fell by 7%. These are clean numbers. Why would these companies lie? Yet private final consumption expenditure rises by 10%. Real terms, this is not current prices, constant prices. Likewise, capital formation. I mean, who's investing? Yet in third quarter, 3.5% rise in capital formation. These are completely shocking numbers. As was pointed out, clearly the base effect. Surprisingly, Q3 of FY16, all the FY16 numbers were recast recently in the second revised estimate. But after an 8%, 8.4% in the second quarter last year, why did output suddenly fall to 6.9% last year? Very convenient to make this Q3 look good. But well, I'm not imputing any allegations. It's just looking too much of a coincidence. How much are these numbers to be trusted? As the chief statistician said, we don't have enough data immediately. We have to wait until January of 2018 to know whether these numbers are reliable or, subsequent data is going to color these numbers. But for the moment, enough for the government to gloat. I don't think the markets will run away because anyway, the markets rely more on the corporate numbers, which are already out.